Hi everyone. Wanted to make a couple short videos. This is a toolbox slash tool review. This is my little hobbyist shop. Down here I got my Harbor Freight cherry picker, and then I've got a 3/4 ton load leveler for that one. Here's my Harbor Freight 20-ton press. Got it decked out with the 4 magnet trays. I just did a video on this not that long ago. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to take a piece of angle iron, run it across here, run one across the back of there, and I'm either going to do expanded metal or I'm going to do a sheet steel with a couple holes drilled in it. So if I drop water or oil or anything like that on there, it'll drain down. Then I've got another video coming out about my Harbor Freight parts washer. This thing is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. It's pretty cold. You know, it's nothing special. I do have the mod on this. See a little yellow thing on the base of that right there? That is a engine block heater pad. Those things are nice. They will keep it nice and warm through the winter. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my little box first. I generally keep this one locked. So up top, I've got everything for tires, tire repair. Let's see, bunch of keys, shitload of keys. Right here, I keep all my line wrenches and offset wrenches. So I've got standard and metric, metric and then standard. Another pro tip: when you buy these, make sure you color coat the end of the 10 mil, so that way you're not picking up about 3 or 4 wrenches at a time. In here, this is all majority of my brake line stuff. I've got a pretty cool tool that I haven't used yet. I will have to bring it out in another video. Don't really have anything else down here. This is just a bunch of paperwork, tools, and receipts for shit. Zip ties, cotter pins, ratchet strap. And then I modified my tool cart. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can. Modified my tool cart to where I can take and put pry bars in here. Just took a step bit and wallered it out. It worked real good. Here's my 3/4 drive. I did the exact same thing, and for all of my breaker bars. And these down here, these are about a 2 foot or 3 foot extension. That just slips right in there. And then I also make these. These are my brake caliper hangers or S hooks. These things are awesome. These are 3/16 in diameter, and they hold quite a bit of weight. This is also a Harbor Freight drink holder or spray can holder. It works great, man. Currently, I'm using it for my tape measure. This tray right here is also from Harbor Freight. Works great. It holds my soft jaws for my vise. Holds them real good. Holds my oil for my air tools and my gloves. And then I'm going to move over. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to move my engine block out of the way and start going over stuff in here. In here is all of my pullers. Anything that I have that is a puller goes in here. So anything from an extractor tool like this, these are a lifesaver. I'm going to hold this real still so that way you can get that part number. This threads on to the end of your slide hammer, and if you have a blind hole with a pilot bearing, you can thread this in. Let me thread it like this. It'll be a little quicker. But you see how it opens up? And as you unspin it, it closes. So these are a lifesaver, especially if you have to do any transmission work. And then this tool, I'm going to hold this real still and get this part number as well. This one threads onto your slide hammer as well for your vice grips. So that way, if you've got a piece that you can't really get much on, but you hold it on there and then you can tack weld it and then hook your slide hammer up and then just rip it right out. Those things are freaking awesome. I've got a heavy duty U-joint puller. Got a, what is this? Pilot bearing puller, which is pretty much the same thing as I showed you over there. These are lifting loops, heavy duty lifting loops. Another U-joint puller. Oh boy, everything in the way. So, this is a cylinder leak down test kit. These are pretty nice. Put air to it. You can tell if your cylinder's leaking or not. These are real nice, real handy. I haven't used it yet. I got some extra money. Got a bunch of riv nuts in here. These things are absolutely freaking awesome. Bunch of other little odds and ends. This is a pressurized leak kit for your radiators. It's a pretty decently sized kit. So you get all those adapters up there, and then you get this adapter, that adapter, and that adapter. So this is the tool you use to pressurize it. Okay, these are also adapters as well. And then this tool, you can apply direct pressure or negative pressure. So inch-pounds of mercury. And you can also do that. When you go to do that, you use your vacuum cone. You hook it up. The more it sucks in, the more it will hold. And it gives you a whole list of everything that it will do. I don't know if that's picking up or not, but it'll tell you pretty much everything, the whole list of vehicles. There's stuff on the back. I mean, there's the back, on the inside. It'll tell you how to use everything. So, it's a pretty good kit. I bought it. Oh, and it comes with a thermometer that I have not used yet. This I bought off of Amazon. I've used this at least 6 or 7 times. Using it at work because they ain't got the right fucking shit. This right here is a very good purchase that I bought off of Amazon. This is a guidesman. Anyway, you've seen all those riv nuts. This is the, let's see, it starts at M3 and goes all the way up to an M12. And then I can also do 5/16 by 18. So I just take that adapter out, thread it in there. And then I've got all of my riv nuts. These things are freaking nice. You got to attach a gauge cluster or a different bracket for like a couple relays. Those are freaking nice. Shove that back in there. And yes, filing cabinets work amazing for organizing tools. They're not just for papers. Get the kid's fishing pole out of the way. This right here is my other drawer. This has got a lot of stuff in it, a lot of stuff to cover. toaster box, a battery tester. These things are pretty cheap now. Used to be pretty expensive, but not so much anymore. Big old hole saw. I used this when I was cutting a stack. Cutting a stack for a friend of mine. They wanted to run it through the bed, so we just went down to the store, bought this, and ran it in. Worked great. This is my temperature sensor kit for doing AC work. So I got my thermometer that goes in your little vent, and then the AC gun itself, or a heat gun itself. This is a Blue Point brand, so these are freaking nice. This should be my seal driver. Yep, it's my seal driver kit. These things are awesome. I bought this off of Amazon as well. I'm going to be using them on my rear axle that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Put that back in. Get that toaster box back in there. This is another set for the hole saw. So I've got quite a bit of options as far as the hole saw kit is concerned. I always label everything so that way I'm not pulling it out. This one I have not labeled yet for some reason. Must not use it that much. Oh, this is another blind hole puller. Blind hole bearing puller set. So these things are freaking nice. If you've got a manual transmission vehicle and you have to pull it, these are nice. Even comes with a slide hammer. Comes with everything needed. It's really nice. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this because I haven't used this that much. This is another junk parts kit. There's nothing really in that one. This back over here. Those other two back there. One is just a crow's foot deal, and this one up here is just a dial indicator, and that's everything in that drawer. And I've just got papers down in that one. So moving over here to the big box. This is my big box as of right now. This is a Craftsman. This is the older Craftsman. I bought this back in 2018. I used to work out of that box when I first started wrenching, and all of those wrenches along that wall fit in the bottom drawer, and I was struggling like a son of a bitch to keep everything organized. Magnet trays, as you can tell from the press, if you're paying attention, I've got a lot of magnet trays. 3/4 click style, 3/4 drive click style, adjustable torque wrench, another torque wrench, the exact same. This right here is a bearing puller. Underneath that is a snap-on slide hammer set. These are freaking nice. These are torque wrenches, but they can tell load. So this is a 1/4 inch one. I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but it gives it in inch pounds. So when you go to, this is my dog, Chevy girl. Hey little girl, you're on camera. So when you go to do your preload for your bearing or your crush washer, you need it. It needs to be in inch pounds. So these are pretty nice. This is another cool tool right here. This is a, I always misspell it, Nico. So it's got two options for a light. You can do a light, it tells you how much battery life is left. It's got a hanger and a magnet at that end. It's got a hanger and a magnet at that end. You can lower the intensity, or you can raise it all the way up. and it's like 250, maybe 300 lumens. Lower it down, or you can shut it off, and then you can turn on your UV. So this is pretty damn cool. So you can lower the intensity of it, or you can make the intensity really, really, really bright. But this is a must. This is an absolute must if you are doing any kind of AC work. Let's see, what else do I got over here? This is a 1/4 inch click style adjustable torque wrench, Master Force. Works great. This right here, if you don't know what this is, then I will tell you. That is a John Deere deck leveling tool. Okay, back when I used to work at John Deere, this right here, when I first started, before I started working on combines, this right here is what I would use. And I used it all the time, so worked great. It's plastic, unfortunately, so it can bend and break. Up here, it's where I keep all my files, my brushes, my burr scraping tools, my thread chasing tools, thread and chaser tool set. It's a Harbor Freight brand. And another pro tip, I did a video on this. Golf balls. Put golf balls on the end of your files. So when you go to push, it's more ergonomic. You'll thank me later. Just give it a try. Screwdriver set. Whole mess load of screwdrivers and picks. These right here are specific for doing carburetors. And these are freaking nice. So all those specialty adjustment screwdrivers you got to have, this is the kit you want right here. Bought this off of Amazon. Shows you all the different diameters and whatnot. Also comes with a clean out kit. Oh boy. I realize this. I hope this one doesn't take 2 hands. So there's that drawer. This is the drawer I mostly work out of right here. Okay, so this is all my pliers. So everything that has a cutting option is on the left hand side. Everything else that is for a gripping or pulling or twisting motion is on this side. So you got your long needle nose Irwins. Got your Irwin vice grips. These things are awesome. Got you a mini vice grip. Channel lock brand. With the curve, with the cutout in the middle. These are meant for grabbing onto pipe. And these right here. These are amazing. If you don't have a set of these, you need to get them. These are I believe these are the 10 or 12 inch Nipex pliers, actual Nipex. These are not the Harbor Freight knockoff brand, because Harbor Freight doesn't say made in Germany on the side of it. And then another cool tool is these right here. If you don't know what these are, I'm going to tell you. These right here are for wire connectors that are a pain to get out. Put this on the back side of it, pinch down on it, and rip that thing out. Works amazing. These are for snap rings, retainer rings. These work great. Now, you can't call yourself a good old boy if you don't know what these are. Go ahead and leave a comment down below how many times you've had to use these. When I first got these were brand new. They had some sort of rubber coating on them, and I wore right through it. And you can see I'm wearing through the scale, like from all the times of dropping these, all the scratches on them, and whatnot for doing the rings. My grandpa's got a set that he cut a groove in here and a groove in this, so that way you can pinch it and then put your hog ring in there and smash the crap out of it. But yep, can't call yourself a good old boy if you don't know what these are. Alright, let's move on to other stuff. This is more so like my engine building drawer, anything to do with an engine. So this is a fuel pressure tester. This right here will tell me my RPMs. Let's see, we'll focus. I don't think it's going to. Anyway, this will tell me my RPMs, so on and so forth. You just stick it on there. Vacuum tester, pressure tester. These things are awesome. It's really freaking old. There's a stud puller. That's a pretty cool tool. I haven't used it yet. Then in here, just got a bunch of hammers. Specialty socket drawer. So I've got Torx all the way up to hex. Got spline, and then I've got a bunch of E-Torx. Specialty Torx bits, or specialty bits. Stamp set, and then I got me one of these really tiny ratchets, okay, that are a quarter driver set, so that way you can swap it out. Life changer, man, life changing. And if you're gonna get a set of Allens, make sure they're the ones with the ball on the end, so that way you can attack what you need to at an angle and you'll be good to go. And here is part of my sockets. All of my sockets used to be condensed into this drawer over here. So what I did is I separated the two from being a 12 point and 6 point. So I've got a duplicate of each. To me, that makes more sense. You know, yeah, I can use a 12 point on a 6 point, but you risk rounding it, and I've been in that situation where I've done that. It's not a good situation. So 12 point stuff, 6 point stuff. A bunch of sockets, nothing crazy. So I've got my everything from quarter to 3/4. So I've got everything. I can cover everything from a 1/4 inch all the way up to 3/4. So that's pretty nice to have. This is my electrical drawer. I've got pretty much everything I need. I've got a pinout kit. I've got a flex camera, wire lead. Got another wire lead over there. This for doing terminal pins. These are awesome. Heat shrink with the lead or whatever in the middle of it that melts. Ohm meter, spark plug tester. Let's see. I got a couple bus bars down here for a couple future projects. Crimpers. These crimpers, I haven't had a chance to use them, but I will here pretty soon. So these right here will crimp battery cables. This tool is amazing, and they're adjustable. So those little things in between the two shiny pieces of steel, those will twist to different sizes. So you just match your numbers up. You go to twist it. Electrical tape to get your harness up out of the way while you're working. I've got a bunch of other crap, but digging through there one-handed is not an option right now. We're not even to the metalworking stuff. This is just my junk drawer. Got my jumper cables, and then this is for refilling your radiator. So it's a bunch of adapters for it. These are pretty nice. Roll up that I haven't used. This right here is a tool I made when I was working for John Deere. I had dropped a socket and I couldn't get the damn thing. So what this is this is adaptable. This is just copper tubing. This is not NICOP or anything like that. It's just copper tubing. I put a compression fitting on this and then made another section that is somewhere. I have no clue where it's at. But then broke the end off of one of these magnet tools. One just like this. And epoxied it on here. Okay. So it's not coming off. So that way you've got 20 feet of retrieval with this. With this and then the other section that I put on here. So that is freaking nice. That's a good little tip. Moving over here to this side. Got my crow's feet all the way up to 2-inch. And these are all 1/2-inch drive. You got to have your 45 offset. These are great for doing valve blocks. Absolutely amazing for doing valve blocks. Oil straps. So you got your oil strap, you got your filter straps, you got my big adjustable flexing locking 1/4-inch or 1/2-inch drive. Oh fuck, I can't talk. This is Snap-on brand locking flex head, which is amazing in my opinion. If you got to resort to using a strap wrench like this, you might as well just say screw it and stick that on there and stick that on the end. You'll be golden. This is kind of my catch-all drawer. I keep a lot of my markers and stuff in here. Cut resistant gloves because these things are awesome. Bunch of paint marking pins, rechargeable batteries because I run through batteries like freaking crazy. AirPods or skull candies. These things are amazing. And lifesavers on those days that you're just had enough. Just had enough. This is an old syringe that's got a 40-degree-ish angle on it. And I filled it up with grease. So it's really great to get into those tight corners. These right here are for setting seals, like O-rings in. So that way it'll guide it on and you ain't got to worry about tearing or cutting nothing up. Got a lot of crap in there. Alright. Lights, compass, adapters, hand grease gun, because you still have to grease your air tools. If they've got that little pop ball thing at the end of it, you press this in there and you pump it and it'll push grease in there. Now these are my super slims. So I've got a metric and a standard. Or no, I'm sorry, this is the standard set. So these are super slim. Look at that. Super crazy slim. These are amazing. And yes, they will flex and bend, but if you're just holding something while you've got an impact on the other end, and if that bolt is doing, or that, yeah, if that nut is doing its job, it's going to wrap around and hold its place. Oh crap, I just ran that the wrong damn way. The art of doing things one-handed. And then this is the same thing, it's just standard. This in here is my spanner wrenches. Goes all the way up to 110. All the way down to 22. So these are pretty nice. This is another set I got. These are great. You encounter a couple hydraulics every now and then that have got these on there for their heads. The head of the hydraulic, where it's got to come out, your hydraulic cylinder. So, kind of hoping this wouldn't be this much of a pain to do, but it seems like it's turning into that. So moving on down to this this side. This is all my pry bars and punches. And got your pickle fork, extendable, adjustable pry bar. I haven't got to use this yet. Got a couple brass bars in here. These are some nice ones. I just bought these off of Amazon not that long ago. These are made in the USA. So yes, you can get these here in the US. I'll more so use these in a situation where I can't make a spark. This is something I made. This is a chisel that I made. This was actually from a concrete jackhammer bit that I hammer forged out. You can see all the hammer marks in it. I do blacksmithing as a hobby, and I like making tools. So this is a chisel that is flat on one side and beveled on the other. This is great if you got a piece of pipe that you got to beat in there and make up a gap. Perfect. Got a long set of precision punches. Air tools. Almost all of my air tools, except for the one over there that I've got hooked up. These are great. These are pretty freaking awesome. So these are adapters. So you get a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. They slip into your air impact down here, and you put a wrench up here on these, and you turn that wrench while you are squeezing your trigger, and it will impact it out. And it runs that on my Harbor Freight McGraw air compressor. It works fine. Works perfectly fine. This is a bleeding tool for your heater core. So, like, you pressurize your entire system, fill it up with water, you squeeze this, opens the valve, and pushes a shitload of air through it. Works great. So I've got an air ratchet, a straight die grinder, cutoff wheel, burr bit, extended burr bits. So these are the 4-inch burr bits. These are nice. And this is the Harbor Freight Chief brand. These things work great. Put this back in here. I am getting a bigger toolbox, so I'll have to, I've already covered that drawer. This is my Milwaukee drawer. So I've got my drill, my impact, quarter driver, 3/8 driver, Milwaukee drill, and this is my cutter, all my batteries and attachments. These right here are a lifesaver. Okay, this will slip into your quarter driver or your drill, and if you've got like a piece of round metal that you need to take off, it will slip that in there, run it over it, and it'll cut it off. It'll round it over. This is all my welding stuff. Nothing special. In here, this is my welding fabrication. I used to go over the road pipe fitting and welding, and I loved it. So I've got all my magnets in there. Got my old hard hat that I haven't worn in a long time. Got my vices up there, clamps, welding hood, 1/4-inch come along chain, center punch set, bunch of levels, bunch of holders. You can see all my old pictures, dumb shit that I used to do, family, hanging out with the boys. Bunch more tools, bunch of welding stuff. Got some pretty cool clamps. Got the 12-inch versions, and then I've got the little ones here. Got the, some people call these a Bessie clamp. I've heard it called. I just call it a clamp. I don't even mess with all that. And then here's that rear axle I was telling you about that I'm rebuilding. This thing, it's going to be great. It's going to be for the blue truck. I'm going to post a video of that up, because I've also got the engine and I've got a transmission, and I bought a book So what I'm going to do, I've never torn into a transmission before. Come over here. This right here. So I bought this book and for the 4L60E. And I bought this book for the 4L60E. And then I also bought a book for the other truck, my big blue truck that I love so freaking much. And bought another repair manual. And then bought a book on automotive HVAC systems. So I'm going to teach myself how to rebuild that transmission. And that'll be awesome. Not a lot of people do that. Everybody's like, oh, well, it costs too much money. Take it anywhere else. Pipe wrenches, 224 inches, got a 6-inch. Then I got a 36-inch. And then a 6-inch crescent wrench, a 24, and then a 30. Can't go wrong with that. Got me a nice Empire straight edge. Got me a nice Empire straight edge. Got me a 4-foot level. I need to get the 2-foot level and put it right over here to the side next to this. So it'll be nice. Then I've got my squares. Got my 2 squares, so 12-inch, 6-inch. And then I've got my angle squares, 2 of them up there. We've got the little one and a bigger one. These are kind of nice. This one I had given to me. It's an Empire brand, but like let's say you need to figure out, you know, the height or something when you're doing fabricating. You set it on what you want and then you push it up to it and then that'll tell you the exact height and everything. So when you go to layout and do your markup, it'll work. So these are pretty nice. Make sure you keep these damn things oiled. Don't ever let rust get on them because they're a pain in the ass. Can crusher for when you... Didn't intend for that to happen. Let's can crusher. 2 angle finder brackets. Forget the technical name for it, but your ruler deal for marking out and doing layout. Compass. Little compass. So this one I use for fabricating. Line levels down here. Up here, I've got 2-inch all the way up to a 2-inch wrench. Top is standard, and bottom down here is all metric. This goes all the way up to a 50 millimeter. These are freaking nice. And up there is my great-grandfather's axe. This thing, been in the family a long time. They'd probably kick my ass for putting my name on it and painting it blue. But this axe has been around, been in the family a long time. The head has, not the handle. I put this handle on myself and painted it blue because when I'm doing tree work and I'm around a bunch of people, having this, if I got to break this out, I'm having a bad day. But I also don't want to get it mixed up with someone else's shit, so I painted it blue because I've never seen a blue axe head. This is a 30-inch crescent wrench. I know I already covered this, but man, this thing is huge. This thing is freaking huge. But yep. This is an engine that I'm working on. It's 350 small block. I'm going to build this up. I've got this engine stand. I've got those pipe stand or engine or vehicle stands, and I've got 2 more over there under the Harbor Freight press. Then I've got a 3-ton jack, another Harbor Freight engine stand, drawer with extra sockets, cordage, 550 paracord, whatnot, sandpaper, different abrasives that I can use to clean up stuff, picks, scrapers, and cut resistant stuff. There's a birdhouse that me and my little girl made. Power extension cord, shop vac, air compressor. This thing is freaking awesome. It's worked great for me. But I also don't have that much time on it. As you can see, I've only got I've only got 2 hours of use on it. Over here's the titanium welder. Watch out, little girl. I'm stepping over you. She just loves laying there. So this is my Harbor Freight parts washer. I use this to measure up everything for the parts washer in here, and I've been using the crap out of it. Works great for carburetors and injectors. This thing works great. I just used it not too long ago. So what I did is I modified my 20-ton press so that way I can put the handle in there. I painted it red because I didn't want it to rust up on me. I want to take care of it. But yeah, gonna redo this. Gonna build it, box this in. I think I already talked about this. Oil filter or oil catchers. So different assortment of pans and flexible pans. Old used oil that's going to get burned up in the fire. Or either that or I might take it into work and dump it down their pan in their crap. Not say anything. And then this right here. This is all my paints, my oils, or paint, oil, brake fluid, cleaners, and then different assortments of acetone, brake caliper grease, glue, butane, and all the other fancy stuff. Recovery straps, rope, and then other shit I haven't found a home for. And then all this shit right here I haven't found a home for yet. Well, take care, y'all. Chevy girl, you want to say goodbye? Want to say goodbye? Nope. She's like, nope, leave me alone. Let me go back to sleep. So, take care, y'all. Bye.